All right, should be recording now. Okay, so I want to show just want to show the format. So that way when you guys are logging into the Google Classrooms, which you guys should have now and have the login and the code, and I'll show the teen and adult and the kids, and then also show. I actually took some pictures. It's not great, but I just emailed them to myself, so I'll show those. I just want to show you how the mat works and how we run the classroom. That's one of our main focuses for this program is to make sure that your mat is running the way you want it, every single day, whether you're there or not. Uh, this week, for instance, I'll be gone Wednesday through Saturday. Um, Mom, I think you're only teaching Wednesday and Friday, and then Katie, my sister who runs the front, she's out sick, or actually her little one has COVID. And so we're basically, I'm just, we're not going to be here a whole lot, but with the systems in place that we've put, I know that the mat is going to be run smoothly and run well. So I just want to show pretty quickly how we're doing that. I want to share my screen here. Oh, I'm disabled for screen sharing there, Mom. All right. So I just took a few pictures here. Can everybody see that? Thumbs up. Okay. All right. So um, let's start actually. Let's actually start here. Um, so this is where we do most of our teaching. Right here we have these four squares, and honestly, that's probably 2,400 square feet. This not the whole mat. Actually, a lot of parents sit back here. The kids sit there before class, and uh, we don't use it a whole lot, to be honest. Everybody's bags go back here. So most of the teaching and mat space is actually just up here, and we have these four rings. And the reason I want to point this out is showing the importance of uh, constantly feeding and growing your instructor training program. Um, I mean, all the time, because, right here in this, 2,400 square feet on average, um, we have between 25 and 50 people per class right here on this mat. Um, and it'll happen, like, for instance, Thursday, neither Mom or I will be at the school. I know there'll be probably 35 to 40 students per class, four classes back to back right here on the mat. So, um, and what that looks like is, a head instructor, two more paid staff. So we have three paid instructors on the mat, and let's say we have 40 kids on the mat. I don't like that ratio, right? So that's three instructors for 40 kids. It's about 13 kids per instructor. I don't like that number. So we have on Tuesday and Thursday nights, it's one of our busiest nights. I will have 4 to 8 assistants, volunteers, not paid, but they're instructors in training. They're training almost weekly on their instructor training. So I know we talked about it last week a little bit, the importance of getting volunteers. And I can't stress enough, right? So there's two main ways we run our classes, and our head instructors are trained in this. It's also in the teen and adult instructor training system. It shows you how to lay this out. And if you don't have rings laid out like this, you can use tape, rope, whatever you've got laying around. Um, and so anyway, I got one paid head instructor. He will run or she will run a ring. Typically the important curriculum that you want to make sure it gets done correctly. They're going to lead that. You have your two other paid staff also leading good curriculum. And then, for instance, this was our last Thursday night. I had two paid staff members running a ring here. Head instructor. It was actually me that night, but it could be any of our head instructors. And then I had a really good uh, volunteer, very experienced, and he actually ran the ring over next to me. And I typically keep them next to me just in case they run into an issue or a question, right? So, and I usually give them something fun like a fitness station. right? I mean, he can run. He's a great volunteer. Maybe he's not ready to teach forms yet, and or whatever it is that you're teaching or technique, but you can run a great fitness station over here. Okay, so now that's a little better, right? So we have four uh, instructors. We had 10 kids in each ring. Okay, but I still don't like that. I don't like 10 kids for one instructor. So that's why we have a multitude of volunteers. So let's just say we had 4 additional volunteers on the mat, which Thursday night we actually had a few extra. But let's just say for easy numbers, we had 4 more assistants. So you have your 3 paid staff, 1 volunteer, you get your 4 stations, and you get 1 additional volunteer per ring as well. So we had 40. Now we've got 40 kids. We've got 8 instructors on the mat. Your teacher to instructor ratio is 5 kids to 1 instructor. Now I'm feeling a lot better. Okay, now I'm feeling, especially as I'm gone, right, and I'm not on the mat. I know 5 kids per 1 instructor on the mat. I feel really solid about that. And if you can grow your academy and instructor training to where you're getting that kind of ratio, I think that not impossible. I think it's kind of rare to see that many instructors to students ratios on the mat with that many kids. So and adults as well. So anyway, that's the mat. That's how we run the class. Um, there's just another view. I want to show you up here at this front board right here. This is our month, our entire 3 months of curriculum, along with right here the specifics to it. So you can see this month we're working on positive attitude using our encouraging words, which is our junior leadership system. Here's the forms that are being taught in class. We're focused on our nunchuck skills and forms, our self-defense broken up by different age levels, the physical attribute that changes every week. That's what we're working on. I won't go into 1A. I can go into this later if anyone has any questions. We have A week and B week where we flip-flop what we're working on. A week, Mondays and Tuesdays, we do self-defense. Wednesdays through Saturday, we do sparring, and the next week it flips. And then like I said, we've got, so this is always up there. So all of our instructors, if they forget or they need to reference this, they can come up here and take a look at that. So so that's another thing that can help make sure you have something up there that everyone is on the same page and knows what they're teaching. And then lastly, right here, which you could see from this picture, the TV is over here on this wall, and you can see it's nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy. We're working on getting this looking a little better. We're gonna get a little stand for the computer, hide the cords, and make it look a little nicer. So we're working on that. It's actually been like this for a year, to be honest, or over a year now. So, and the kids sit right here, and the way we structure the class, right, is the first 5 minutes is a warm up where we're all together. And that first 5 minutes is important because you have some kids coming in late. Maybe I need to go speak with a parent so I can have one of my staff warm up the class or for 5 minutes. And so first 5 minutes you do that, then you break up into your stations, you do different station work. And then the last 15 minutes of every single class, and this is how we add the value. This is when we're talking with the parents. Where at the end of every single kids class, not adult class, but every single kids class, we're sitting down. Right here, we watch a 2 to 3 minute video, which is our leadership lessons in the Google Classrooms, and then we do the lesson. And we do that every single class. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think we have 6 kids classes. So we do that 6 times every Tuesday, every Thursday. Mondays and Wednesdays, I think there's 4 classes. So we do that 4 times on Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays. So anyway, the leadership lesson is getting taught every single class. So that way, they don't have to come on a specific day to get their leadership training. And that really, in these conversations with the parents, I'm looking for parents that appreciate that and value that. And they know that, for the month of February, we're going to be talking about positive mental attitude every single day, every single class, and doing drills on it, and they're going to be at the end of the month, the kids can just regurgitate the lessons to you, which is awesome. They know everything by heart, which is exactly what you want. Okay, so let's any questions that over what I just went? Let me go over one last thing real quick. Another way that I'll run this class is I'll have um, just depending on the day, or maybe it's a little extra crazy to be honest, and maybe there's 50 kids in class, and I just don't like the teacher ratio, right? So I'll get my 8 volunteers and instructors up front, and man, we'll run the whole class with line work, right? So I've got five, 6 kids in a line, which is the max. I never want more than 6 kids in a line, ever. So I always will keep that ratio down. And then we'll do their self-defense training in lines with the staff. Then we'll do target work. Then we'll do sparring drills in lines. We'll do relay races in lines. We'll do calisthenics down the mat. So you can run an entire class with just going up and down the floor as well. And that's another good way to run the mat. So I want to know if anybody had any questions whatsoever on that. The two main things I want to point out here is that you got to be feeding your instructor training program constantly. You need to have right now we have about 22 people in there, and we're still looking to grow it, right? Because I have 20 people to pull from. I'm gone this week. Mom's not coming in. Katie's sick. So, man, I have my 20 people that I can text or call and say, hey, can you come in Thursday to train and also assist, in our classes. And of the 20 people, I got 7 coming in, and it's going to be great. I know the mat is going to run smoothly on top of our paid staff. So, so always be feeding your instructor training program. And then the other thing is, I just really, really stress, even if you don't have the TV, we've provided all the drills and leadership activities on paper, so your teenage staff can read it off the paper and do the activities. Even if you don't have a TV, we did it that way for years. We just got upgraded, about a year and a half ago, and using this system. I love it. The kids get so into the videos. The parents actually put their phones down and watch it. It's only a 2-minute video. So I really, really, really like that. So adding value with the leadership program is a huge thing that's helped us. The parents love it. So Mom, anything I forgot to go over? Sebastian, Mr. Stryker, any questions or anything that stood out to you that you wanted to go over more?
I think that just kind of hammering back home especially bringing back into retention, just the class structure, that the structure is the same for whoever's up there teaching the class. So you have that consistency. The parents know what to expect. The kids know what to expect, and they have a great ratio, student teacher ratio. Again, that's another thing that can maybe help with retention too. It's just we all know that if students don't advance, they quit. And if you're not, as you're growing and you have those growing pains, if you're not able to really get to every student and teach them, get them prepared for the graduation, or make sure that they feel confident with the curriculum that they're learning to advance, that's how we do it to make sure that happens. And we're running right around the 90% graduation rate right now, and part of that is because of our teacher student ratio, the structure that's on the mat. So Keith showed you the board, that way any instructor can go up there. I mean, they all know this ahead of time. However, you do have those days where, oh, I don't normally teach on Wednesdays, I'm filling in for so and so on Thursday, and then they go right up to the board here, and they know exactly what is supposed to be covered. And that way, they have the freedom to teach it how they want, their methods or their flavor, their style, But as long as we all know that these things are being taught on these days, and like Keith said, this is for a 3 month cycle. That's our graduation cycle. Um, there shouldn't be a problem with students not knowing their material unless they just didn't come to class, and that's another day lesson. But that structure, that um, consistency, and that student teacher ratio really can help with your retention, because the students are learning and they're moving forward.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The structure and the systems in place in your studios are key. I mean, to having a successful academy. And I love all the things that you guys have in there. We use a lot of that similar stuff. I think the only thing I don't use at this point is the TV. I haven't entered that into our academy yet. But as far as like the boards, this is super important for your staff and your leader. So if I have a leader that comes in and they're helping with the class, they don't even have to come and ask me. They can go right to the board and know exactly what this class is working on. You know, right now, this week, we're working on steps 1 through 6, perseverance form. They already know that when we get in there and start. And it just helps you as a lead instructor to not have to worry about that while you're worried about leading your class. So
The other thing I think too, as far as the leadership lesson goes, and whether you're using a TV or not, if you're just using the lessons themselves, the activities, what I found was happening a couple of years ago is it was the instructors, what I would hear is, oh, I ran out of time, I couldn't do the leadership lesson, you know, or they give a little leadership lesson and it wasn't necessarily something somebody would feel like they paid an extra $100 a month for value. You know what I mean? Yeah, they talked a little bit about courtesy, but it wasn't a lesson necessarily. And then, so I think that that's too why with your class structure, if you're making sure that whoever's teaching the class is teaching this lesson, and like he said, you know, since we've implemented this program, that never gets missed. All the instructors are completely confident with hitting play, you know, and then running the activity, and they don't feel like they have to come up with a mat chat, or you know, there's no pressure. So and then we've said this is the structure of the class. You do this warm up for this long, you split up into your groups and you teach this for this long, and then you come back and do the leadership lesson, and please end on time so we can start the next class on time. I think if anything, that's probably our biggest
That's mine.
yeah,
That's my
that's
issue.
it.
I like to
Teaching
teach.
it a minute early the other day, and everybody thought time had stood still. But it is hard to end on time, but we're really making that a priority, because that, of course, backs up the next. Like you say, 6 classes on a Tuesday. If one is 5 minutes late, then by the end of the night, that turns into a nightmare.
Which video are you guys doing this month? Is this the first week of February,
Yeah,
correct?
we're doing a positive attitude. That's the one we're just going through.
I can show you real fast.
Okay, is that in the adults or teens curriculum or the kids curriculum? The kids
That's
curriculum,
in the
no?
kids. That's in the kids curriculum, junior.
So, okay. So when you log into the junior leadership training system, right? So your entire year is planned out for you. You don't have to do anything. Okay. So we're gonna go to classwork.
I'm
We
trying to
did
join this thing. Hang on. Just I click, it says no class with that code. It's trying
the
to,
the code didn't work.
yeah, maybe it's in a different account. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was. That's my bad.
Okay.
That's the teens.
So January we did confidence, and then February we're doing positive attitude. You've got the written lessons first, so you can just, you know, I'll let you guys dive in there and take a look at those, and they're super simple, and you know, once you do them once, it's, man, it's like it's so easy. You know the drill, and it's very simple. And then here are the videos. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you
Wait.
just sorry.
Sorry, no, it's me. I'm slow.
It's all good.
Um,
Where are you at,
so
Sebastian?
it's just actually the first time I'm looking at this directly. Where are you? Show me. Okay,
So
there you go.
I go to classwork up here on the top.
Classwork. Okay, and then
You should be able to scroll down.
positive attitude. Unit 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's the one.
and you're going for the first one.
So if you click on the first one, that's the written lessons. Okay, so if you don't have a TV yet, or if you just want to read, if I know mom prefers.
We have a cool buy board.
Oh, cool.
So it's awesome.
Yeah,
So
nice. And mom really likes to read. I like to watch video, so I prefer video. She likes to read, so she'll pull up the written, and use that, and then I prefer the video.
but you don't give the written portion to the kids. You just or do you?
No, just for your instructors.
Okay, so you just read it out to them.
And
You
then
watch the video and then you read it, or you read it and then watch the video.
No,
so
it's one or the other.
Oh, one or the other. Okay.
yeah, one or the other, and then you watch, because the video explains the whole lesson. It talks about what positive mental attitude is, and why it's important, and we do that of course in a kid friendly way, and then it even demonstrates the activity on the video, so the kids actually get to see it. So then it's a 2-minute video, and then I'll say, okay, who can tell me what did we learn from the video, right? So then the kids will raise their hand. They'll tell you what they learned from the video. And then you do the game, then you do the activity, and it's that easy, and it's great. A lot of them are a lot of fun. It gets the kids laughing and interacting and engaging. It's
And where is the video, Professor?
yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just click under here, and it's right there. You just click it.
Wait. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one?
No, all of them. They're all videos. There's 4 different videos for positive mental attitude.
Yeah, we're just doing the first one this week.
Okay, so we're doing one video. Everybody, one video this week.
Yeah, the same video all week long.
Same video all week long.
Is the audio on? Is the audio on, Mom?
Let me see.
Could you hear that, Mr. Stricker?
Yeah.
I can see the video. No audio is coming through though.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show it without audio real quick. So
It's gonna have 2-3 minutes at the end.
you have your intro, and then mom talks. Let's see. Then you have an activity, and it demonstrates it.
Today's leadership lesson is positive attitude. We've all had time.
So we have a little activity, and we give a demonstration. And then that's it. And
I
you have-
found it.
Okay, good. And you have
Is it true?
one video for every week of the year. I mean, and some people like to do like one video a month or one video every 2 weeks, so you could spread it out a little bit. I prefer one a week. My ADD, I want to move on and do something new and do something different. But it's up to you how you use it. So there's the kids system, and then the teen and adult. That's going to be more for for you guys teaching your instructors and your instructors in training. That's for you to follow. You just follow literally lesson, module 1, module 2, module 3. You just go down, and so all the lesson plans for creating good instructors are already made out for you as well. And we, I don't know if you were on last week, but we do instructor training every week. For us, it's Tuesday nights. We have, those 20 to 25 instructor trainees. They show up every Tuesday night. And we do our instructor training then. So that has also been a game changer for us, making that a weekly training. And that's one of the most important hours of the week for us. So because if our staff is teaching and our volunteers are teaching correct with the right attitude, the right curriculum, the right format, the better we're all on the same page, then the school runs smoothly. And so that's why it's so important for us to meet once a week and make sure everyone's staying sharp on their skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So those few things have been game changers for the mat. That's just my, I just love the mat to run smoothly. If the mat is, I hate chaos on the mat. I controlled chaos I can deal with. When you got 40 kids, it's crazy. But it's got to be controlled. I want it to look disciplined to the parents, right? I want it to look controlled. I want it to look like want them to be learning and have a good student to instructor ratio. All those things are very important to me. And I think when you're charging a higher price, you have to give those those details like that. So
Yeah. For sure. Cool.
Okay.
So
Anything
the kids program is the kids is the ones you do for the kids in class. The juniors and adults is the one for the leadership team, assistant instructors. Is that correct?
that is correct. We're not teaching we're not doing the instructor training in the regular adult classes. That's only for the people that you hand select for your
Right.
volunteers
That's the
and
adults
staff.
and kids, the adults and teens though.
Correct.
Right.
The two links you sent me, I just want to make sure I'm understanding what is what. The kids curriculum is the one we show the kids in class, and it's great. You've done already all the work, fantastic. And then the teens and adults is that the one for the potential new instructors, correct?
Correct.
That
Okay,
is
right, got
correct.
it. Okay, I understand.
No, no, we want you to understand and ask questions. I mean, it helps us know, one, are we sharing correctly on how to implement it? We want to make it easy and seamless. So,
I'm trying to go back and show the teen and adult one. I can't exit. I don't know how to exit out of this.
You get it work? I got it.
Let's see.
Did everybody was able to enter? Were you able to look at enter through you?
I'm going to go ahead and stop recording at this point.
Okay. Well, did you guys